As you can see, I'm having fun with my drone, flying it all around. Now that's thanks to the FAA license, the Part 107 license that I managed to pass with good grades. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link up here. Now, today's video, I'll be quickly talking about how I made it through the Part 107 license. Let me put it this way. You need to study. You cannot just guess your answers. No, it's not possible. When you come to take the Part 107 license, it is a difficult test, and it is, in fact, you're learning a different skill and you're learning a different language. I joined a course by remotepilot101.com, but this is not a sponsored video. They're not paying me to say this. There are tons of courses available. I chose Remote Pilot 101, one of the better ones that was recommended to me. I believe they're all good. So just pick one and go with it. Without going through a course, you will not be able to clear the exam unless you are a pilot yourself, which then it's a different story altogether. Number 2, the amount of studying you need to do. I had to go through 2 hours of studying every day for 2 weeks. Now, you might be a different person. You might require a little bit more. You might require a little bit less, much more or much less. It totally depends on you. I could do it with 2 hours every day for 2 weeks. And at the end of 2 weeks, I was ready to take the exam. Number 3, you will get practice tests. I did a lot of practice tests. I kept doing them. And the final exam, also in the course itself, it's scrambled. So you keep doing it. I kept doing it till I got almost 100% there. It is a very, very difficult exam. Let me tell you my experience. When you get there, they give you a supplement book. I'll show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Airman Knowledge Testing Supplement for Sport Pilot. This is all that you get. And in this you have, it's multiple pages, about 100 odd pages, with lots of figures in it. When you are doing the course, you actually learn how to read these figures. For example, sectional charts. Let me show you what is a sectional chart. You see, this is a sectional chart. These shaded lines, these hashed lines, these bold lines, the symbols, you don't know how to read them. You don't know how to read a runway. You don't know what is an airspace. All of this you would learn while studying sectional charts when you're doing a course. Let's look at another sectional chart. Like, for example, this guy. You see that 28, 26. What does it mean? What is that graded line over here? How do you interpret that? And you have very difficult questions regarding these sectional charts. You have to know how to read sectional charts. Otherwise, you will not be able to answer these questions. Another important thing that you need to learn is reading weather. Now, you might have a fabulous weather app on your phone. That's not enough. I'll give you an example. I know this might sound a little antediluvian, but it is not so actually. Look at this, METAR link. They are called METARs and tafts. Okay, now there's a METAR. What do you see over here? Can you even understand these letters and words? 12, 18, 45, Zulu, 11, 0, 1, 2, gusting, 2G, 18 KT. I can understand these. I know how to read this. Look at this. This is a TAF. It's tough to read this unless you know how to read it. You need to understand how to read this when you're actually going to fly out a drone. I'll not get into the details of all of this right now, but it is important. And it's not just the weather and the sectional charts that you need to learn. There are a lot of rules that you need to understand if you're a licensed remote pilot. There are so many rules to understand. It's a different skill set that you're learning altogether. So learning about METARs and tafts, the weather and the sectional charts is not enough. I'll give an example. What is an MOA? Can you fly in an MOA? MOA is Military Operations Area. Can you fly on a military operations area? What is a restricted area? Can you fly in a restricted area? On a sectional chart, how do you see a MOA and how do you see a restricted area? What happens inside a restricted area? What happens inside an MOA? All this stuff you get to learn from the course that you're doing. And when you actually get to the test center, they'll put you in a computer room with just one pencil, no, not even a pen, just one pencil, 2 sheets of paper, magnifying glass. I took mine. They give you a magnifying glass and they give you earplugs and you have to work with that. And they take away all your electronics, your smartwatch if you have one, your phone. You cannot carry anything with you other than your magnifying glass if you actually really want to or really need it. And they give you that manual that I just showed you, the Airman Knowledge Testing Supplement. And you are supposed to get 150 minutes. I started my stopwatch when I began my exam, and I realized after 1 hour 40 minutes, 150 minutes is 2.5 hours. But after 1 hour 40 minutes, they said 20 minutes left, which means that I actually had 2 hours to test myself. I made it through. I still had about 10 minutes left. I prepared well, so I passed with 83%. There was another guy taking the exam with me. He didn't make it, unfortunately for him. Let me tell you this thing. It is not like a driving test that you actually take when you go for a driving test, the written test that you have, the knowledge test. That is a cakewalk compared to what the FAA knowledge test is all about. It's extremely difficult. You really need to study. So folks, hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions regarding the FAA Part 107 license, whatever questions do you have for flying in the United States, do leave your comments in the comment section down below asking your questions, and I'll be glad to reply to your questions. Once you have your Part 107 license, you are ready to fly. But remember, follow the rules. You have a Part 107 license. You've got it through a lot of hard work. Do not make any stupid mistakes that they can take away your license. Okay? But let's go fly.